Sunday, August 10th, back with another MLB breakdown. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for all the support. Let me know in the comments right now how you guys did yesterday. I like to hear these updates from y'all each day, and I'll go over how I did as well, and we can go from there. Once again, right below my head, code 25% off Rude for 25% off your first month at Rude Bets, but don't even look at that right now because guess what? Today only, we're still running it. Yesterday we ran it with 25 spots. They filled up really quick. We're going to do another 25 spots. First 25 people to use code CASH. 50% off any package to get rudebets.com, which is the tool that we're going to be using right now to break down this slate. So highly recommend y'all go join. You'll also get access to all of the Discord community memberships as well. Let's go over yesterday real quick. So, pretty good day. 3 for 4, right? This is why sign up for rudebets.com because you're going to be able to see how I delineate which plays I take from all the different plays I talk about on these streams and these YouTube videos. Yesterday, we took Jordan Beck for 1 hit. I am doing a player profit funding challenge right now. So if y'all are interested in player profit, come join it. But these are the 3. I took 4 picks on player profit yesterday. You can see them right here. We took Jordan Beck, Kansas City Royals, Nick Kurtz, 1.5 total bases, Bo Bichette, 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. It ended up being 3 out of 4 hitting, so we had the Jordan Beck hit, the Kansas City Royals hit, and the Nick Kurtz play hit. So all of them were to win 1 unit or to win $1,000. You might be saying, holy cow, how are you putting $1,950 on a single play? Well, let me get into that real quick. I'm doing a challenge on player profit, and y'all can do it too, right? You can use code RUDEBETS for 10% off any package. So go use code RUDEBETS if you are going to use player profit. But here's how it works. It's pretty simple. Basically, you buy an account. There's a few different sizes. You can do a standard or a pro. Pro just is going to give you a much higher profit split. You get 85% of the profit. Standard, you get 70% of the profit that you win. But then you just have to pass 2 phases, and then you get funded with whatever size account you purchase. I have the $100,000 account. That's why I'm doing $1,000 minimum risk. My unit size is $1,000 on my funded account. So yeah, the only risk you have to lose is the price to get the account. Code RUDEBETS for 10% off of this too. So if you're getting a $100,000 account, you would save $100 on this. If you use code RUDEBETS, it'd only be $900. But then yeah, to pass 2 phases, you have to get 20 picks minimum and up 20 units. You have to do that twice, and then you get funded. It is a very difficult challenge. I will not lie. It is not easy. But it is completely doable, especially if you're using a tool like rudebets.com, or if you're tailing along in my funding journey in the Discord. So we're going to get that funded. We're going to get that account funded. So come get funded if you haven't yet. Code RUDEBETS for 10% off playerprofit.com. And code CASH for 50% off RUDEBETS, any membership. And you know what? Here's another one. If you get a $100,000 account under code RUDEBETS on Player Profit, you can have a free year to rudebets.com because I want you to get funded. I want you to cash out. So if you guys go do that and you want to take a risk on it, let me know. DM me. Anyone who gets a $100,000 account will get a free year to rudebets.com to use these tools to help you out with that. It's not easy. It's not easy to pass those phases, but it is doable. All right, game 1, Royals Twins. Let's get into this. Let's get on into this. All right. Royals minus 126, minus 104. This is interesting. I mean, I think you could run the Royals back today. I really do. I can't say that I love it. Ryan Bergert versus Jose Urena. Twins have been a tough out. Not going to lie, they've been a tough out. I don't know why. I don't know how, but the Twins have been a tough out. So if you want to, you could go Royals at minus 104 as a little bit of an underdog today. I don't think it's a terrible play. Buxton might be back today, though. So, is Buxton back today? Interesting. Let's see here. No, Buxton's not back today. What is this site giving us for a wool lineup here? Buxton's not back today. So, yeah, I don't hate taking Royals on the money line at minus 104 today to start the day out. A lot of really good pitch mixes versus Jose Urena here. Maikel Garcia looks good. Vinny looks good. Bobby looks good. Bobby had a bad day yesterday. I don't think Bobby has 2 bad days in a row. I do not think Bobby has 2 bad days in a row. So, Bobby could be a good pick today for hits, runs, and RBIs for a bounce back or for total bases. On the other side, though, for the Twins, I mean, Matt Wallner looks pretty decent today. But is Wallner? I don't even see any lines for him either. Yeah. So the two best players, I don't see any lines for them. So yeah, Royals on the money line with Bobby Witt looks pretty good today. Looks pretty solid. Game 2, Reds, Pirates. Reds minus 106. Yeah, once again, not terrible as a dog. Mike Burrows versus Zach Littell. Littell is a meatball thrower. We will call it when we see it. Littell throws meatballs. He does. He does, man. But Mike Burrows is not bad. He's really not that bad. Should be a tight game. Probably pretty low scoring. 8 total runs here. Yeah, none of these pitch mixes really stand out to me for the Reds today. I don't know about you guys, but none of these really excite me. Batting average for Ellie is good, obviously, at 298 versus righties, but nobody with that great of home run odds. Negative 10% ballpark factor. Just nothing exciting for player props, really. On the other side, I mean, O'Neal Cruz is in play for a homer today. I think O'Neal Cruz is definitely in play against a guy like Zach Littell for a home run. That being said, anybody else that would be even worth it? Maybe. Nah, that's kind of about it. The only one that really looks like he has a shot today or is worth it would be O'Neal Cruz. Andrew McCutchen, you're just not going to get good. I mean, plus 600, yeah, you're not going to get good enough odds on McCutchen. Overall, though, if you look at the hits, runs, and RBIs, doesn't look that good over here. Does not look that good over here either, though. So maybe Reds in a tight, low-scoring, close game. Overall, pretty boring. Game 3, Marlins, Braves. Marlins minus 114. Marlins are a dog here. Cal Quantrill versus Joey Wentz. Yeah, Marlins has a dog here too. The first 3 games, all the dogs actually look worth considering. All the dogs look worth considering here. Only problem is Joey Wentz has been pretty solid for the Braves, and the Marlins don't do that well versus lefties. If you look at these numbers, 256, 227. Harry Berto's decent. Otto's terrible. Dane's decent. Kyle's okay. Marcy's a small sample size. So they don't look that great against lefties. But Cal Quantrill's been Quantrill's been pretty decent. Cal Quantrill's been pretty decent. He has a really good pitch. Which one is it? I guess it's gotten not as good as it used to be. Yeah, he's pretty average. I thought there was one pitch he had that was like 2 runs above average. Maybe it's come down. It used to be. Yeah, I don't mind the Marlins as a dog today. Overall, though, once again, not a whole lot for player props here, man. Look at these hits, runs, and RBIs. Only Matt Olson's projected over 2. On the other side, Harry Berto Hernandez and Agustin Ramirez, it's about it. Home run probabilities are all very low here. Very low. Yeah, just really not a whole lot for this one for player props. So first 3 games, not much for player props. Dogs do look good, though. Game 4, Astros, Yankees. Yankees minus 200 on the line. I mean, I'm at minus 195. There's not much value in that. Snell is unleashed. Yeah, Snell had a good game yesterday, finally. Just when I needed him to have a bad game. For that Bo Bichette 1.5 HRR, but it's all right. I'll take the 3 out of 4 any day. Astros, Yankees, though, I mean, Yankees look solid here, but they're not worth a minus 205. They're not. Against Fried, Altuve's I don't know. Altuve's not that great against Max Fried. He's 1 for 2. He does okay against lefties. 250s, 4 homers and 71 at bats, 1.72 total bases. Yeah, Snell did. He had a bad start last game, too, and it was only his second game back from being injured, so. But that is why we take 4 or 5 straights. You miss one, whatever. You know, Hundo, but it's right, Hundo, you don't take straights, though. That's the problem. You're spamming parlays. So one miss is going to hurt. Yeah, I know. The Jays don't strike out either. That's weird. Yeah, Astros against Fried, I don't know if I would really take any of them. I don't know that I would, honestly. But Yankees look really good today. Lot of options on the Yankees today. Lot of options on the Yankees today. I mean, Jazz. I'm gonna have Jazz on a home run slip for sure. Trent looks pretty good too for a home run today. Jazz, Trent. What's Cody's odds? 390. Nah, not really that great, but Cody has a good probability. Like, literally all four of these guys have a good shot at a homer today. Judge, 10 out of 10 pitch mix rating. His home run odds, though, are pretty cooked. Plus 210, plus 215. I mean, it is what you're going to get for Judge, but yeah, it's about as good as you're going to get for Judge, plus 210. But he looks pretty good. Creative Money, thank you for the follow. And Cuddy, thank you for the follow. But I'd rather go with a guy like Jazz today on the odds. A plus 320. I'd rather get a plus 320 for Jazz than a plus 210 for Aaron Judge, but you could go either way. Trent plus 340 also looks good, so you got plenty of options. Buck, thank you for the follow. You got plenty of options here on the Yankees today. And also, if you're not looking at the home run side, if you guys are smart and you don't just take home run plays, all of them look good for hits, runs, and RBIs too. So you could take this is a good game possibly for a same-game parlay. You know, you take a Trent Grisham, Jazz, whatever, Judge, all for 2 hits, runs, RBIs, something like that. Or one of these guys for total bases, the other guy for hits, runs, and RBIs. Or you just take them as straights. Take each one of these guys for hits, runs, and RBIs, or one of them, whatever you want to do. They all just look really good today. All 4 of these guys look really good today for anything. And then, once again, Yankees are not worth it on the money line at minus 200. They're just not. Game 5, A's, Orioles. All right, A's, Orioles. I don't mind the A's to win this game again, too. Yesterday, we liked the A's to win. They absolutely smoked them. So what I just talked about with the Yankees, with everyone looking good for hits, runs, and RBIs, it's exactly, if you go watch back yesterday, that's exactly what I said about the A's. We had the same situation with the A's, with Rooker, Shea Langoliers, Nick Kurtz, like all those guys. I said, you know what, just take a bunch of these guys for hits, runs, and RBIs. You should be good. And yeah, they scored 11 runs. Today, once again, I don't know how the Orioles are favored here. I really don't understand why the Orioles are favored here. Maybe this Luis Morales guy's not actually that good. Definitely possible. But we do have this game being pretty high scoring. I mean, Orioles scoring about 5 runs today. But Shea looks outstanding for a homer. Cade Povich gives up a lot of home runs, man. Rooker's good for a homer today. Kurtz is too cold to be taking for homers, especially against a lefty, but he looks okay. Hernaiz, yeah, he's a 10 out of 10 with a 34 pitch mix, but only has 9 at bats, so it's a small sample size. It doesn't really mean much. It's kind of a skewed data point. But yeah, Shea looks outstanding today, man. Shea mashes lefties. Langoliers destroys lefties at a 403 batting average. Huh. Yeah. Shea's didn't play today for anything. Rooker's looking good too, though. A lot of options here. Ton of guys look good on the A's. On the other side, we don't have a pitch mix. That's the problem here. Luis Morales doesn't have a pitch mix yet. He hasn't played enough innings. Let's see how many innings he's pitched. He's played in 1 game, 2 innings. His first career start today. So that's why the Orioles are favored. That's why the Orioles are favored. But I still like the A's. I trust this guy. That being said, Gunnar, Jordan Westburg, and Jackson Holliday all are in play for hits, runs, and RBIs versus a righty. So, Game 6, Angels, Tigers. Need a really good 2-man home run ticket for that 34 boot. I don't want to do this, Blue Gorilla, but I'm going to have to do this for you, man. I'm going to have to do this for you. I don't want to do this, but I have to do this. I feel obligated. to show you what you're working with here. Let's just say that we have two guys we see with like a 30% chance. Let's even go lower. Let's say plus 250. Say two guys that we like at plus 250 each that we've modeled out at plus 250 each. That still only gives you an 8% chance to hit the two-man. 8% chance to hit the two-man. So, yeah. Even when we have two guys that we're super confident in for home runs, a plus 250 and a plus 250 in the same lay is only 8% chance you're going to hit that. So, the probabilities are always going to be against you. Always going to be very tough. Just a recommendation would be cool to do money lines first and go back to hitters and pitchers. Not sure how everyone else bets. I'm just going game by game, military mans. I appreciate the recommendation, but the way I like to do this, I just like to go through it game by game rather than go money line, then go back through every game a second time. It's much easier, especially when this goes up on YouTube, then I can have it time-stamped by game. So anybody who wants to go hear about a certain game, they can just click on that timestamp, go directly to that game, and right away I go through the money line. If that's all they wanted, cool, done. Or if they want to hear the whole breakdown, they can do that. But yeah, I like to go through the entire game, especially because that helps me craft my opinion about the money line. If I just look at this and then go to the next game, I might miss something important that would, help skew my my perspective. But I appreciate the recommendation. I do appreciate the recommendation. Always open to feedback. But yeah. So on this one here, we have Tigers minus 188. I have them at minus 182. So yeah, there's not really any value on that money line. And then obviously at plus 158, there's no value on the Angels. Koshanowitz versus Casey Mize. So this is a good example of what I was just talking about, how looking at the hitters and the pitchers will help me kind of frame what's a good play. You can notice right here, just from a really quick glance, while I don't think they're worth it at minus 188, I do think the Tigers will win this game because you can see these guys have really low pitch mix ratings, and these guys all have relatively high pitch mix ratings. So that just validates that not only is the money line probability looking good, but also the hitters look like they can back that up with these good pitch mixes. So if we go through the Angels against Casey Mize, I mean, there's not really a whole lot. There's not really a whole lot here. All these low pitch mixes don't really make me excited. Joe Adell, he's been on a little bit of a heater. 5.5 on the pitch mix. I don't mind that. I do not mind that. But his batting average versus righties is so low, he's basically home run or bust. Joe Adell's not a big get you some hits kind of guy, He really only does home runs. But that's most of the Angels lineup. That's how Mike Trout has been. That's how Taylor Ward has been. That's how Joe Adell has been. So not a whole lot that I love on the Angels today. On the other side, I really like Kerry Carpenter today for anything. For all player props, Kerry Carpenter looks really good today. Total bases, hits, runs, and RBIs, a home run, whatever way you slice it. For a hit, whatever way you want to slice it, Kerry Carpenter is a very good play today with a 7.04 out of 10 rating on the pitch mix. Destroys him on the fastball here, destroys him on the slider. So the top two pitches, he destroys them. Yeah, Blake Snell had a good game yesterday. He did. He did have a good game yesterday. So I got that one wrong. Are you tripping, or is Kerry even MIA? Kerry hit a home run like 2 days ago. He was hurt for like a month. He was hurt for 3 weeks, something like that. He was out for a little bit. But he just came back. He hit a home run a couple days ago. So he was, technically MIA. He was MIA. Well, hold on, Blue Gorilla. We still got 8 games to go, man. We still got quite a ways. There might be somebody better. I don't know. Let's see. Mets Brewers. Also, I love how D-Truth comes in here. First-time chatter wants to chirp me on saying that I thought Blake Snell was going to have a bad game, but then is going to ignore all the other takes that I had that were correct. That's the downside to this life I chose, man. When I try to help people by giving my opinions on how I think things will go. If I get one thing wrong, you're a clown. If you get anything right, nobody says anything. It's just the way it is. Just the way it is, man. Hundo, 5 chats up right before your Kerry comment. He goes, nice calling Blake Snell yesterday, bud. Once more, let's just pull this up. Yeah, the Blake Snell thing hurt me, but guess what? $1,000 here. $1,000 here. $1,000 here. Oh no, I lost 1250 on that. Still a net profit of about 2500. So the Blake Snell pick was wrong, but the other ones were right. That's all I can ask for. I'm never going to be 100%. I will tell you guys right now, I'm never going to have everything 100% right. I don't expect to. You shouldn't expect me to either. Brewers, Mets. We talked about the Brewers being an absolutely outstanding play yesterday on the money line. Guess who won? The Brewers. Didn't hear a nice call on the Brewers yesterday, though. You do, Blue Gorilla. You do. Anyways, I'm just talking about people who, like, especially if you're a first-time chatter and your first chat is a chirp. That's where I'm like, okay. If you've been in here for a while or whatever and you chat all the time and you want to tell me I sucked on something, I'm all about it because I do. There are definitely reads I get way wrong, like Blake Snell yesterday. Brewers today are not worth it on the money line at minus 116. Mets are not really worth it at minus 102. So there's no value in this one. Possibly an under game. 8.5 total runs. Yeah, Sean Manaea versus Quinn Priester. This is probably an under game. This is probably a low-scoring game. A bit tough because Quinn Priester has been really good, but he's not going to blow you. He has had some games this year where he'll blow you away with strikeouts, but generally he doesn't blow you away with strikeouts. Most of the damage that he does is going to be on ground balls. So you can't really expect much for guys getting the ball lifted. So when you're looking at home runs, number one important factor for getting a home run is getting the ball in the air. You're not going to hit a ground ball home run. You're not. So Juan Soto, yeah, he does have a 16% chance, but can't say that I love it. Let me just pull up one of the new feature here that's coming out. I want to look at Quinn Priester's home run per. Yeah. So Quinn Priester only gives up a home run 2% of the time. Average for righties is 3.4. So that's, yeah, he doesn't give up a lot of homers. And then Sean Manaea on the other side, he gives up homers a little bit more often than league average. By the way, this is in development for the site. It should be coming out pretty soon. It's on its way. So we'll be able to click on these pictures here and pull that up. Player prop wise, though, Francisco Lindor. Does he have any history against Quinn Priester? I mean, it doesn't really matter if he does. I don't think they faced each other this year, so these would be old numbers from when Quinn Priester was ass. Isaac Collins, man, I don't see any player props here. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Such low pitch mixes on both sides of this game. Low total projected score. I don't see player props here. A Nerfy could be pretty good, though. Let's see what the first inning runs is. I know Stanler hit that yesterday in the cord. Where is Big Stan? Big Stan hit that one yesterday. Where did he put that? Oh, he put it in his funding. Yeah, Big Stan with the Nerfy on the Brewers Mets yesterday. I don't mind it today at minus 128. Little Nerfy action here. Could be pretty decent if you're into those types of things. But that's kind of all. I don't really see much in that game at all. Game 8, Guardians, White Sox. White Sox plus 110, not worth it. Minus 130 for the Guardians, also not worth it. So both sides of this one, no value. Slade Ciccone versus Davis Martin. J-Ram let me down yesterday. Same as Bobby Witt. We had two guys who had really good matchups yesterday that just didn't perform. But that'll happen. That does happen. But I don't think J-Ram really has two bad games in a row. His pitch mix is a little low for a guy like J-Ram. Usually, if you look at this, 2.22 above on the fastball, 1.17 on the curveball, 1.6 on the changeup, yet he still only has a 5.82. It's because the pitches that are... Oh, he doesn't really throw those. Davis Martin only 8% and 3%. He's got a good changeup. But yeah, J-Ram should be okay. I don't love him. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of many of these guys today. I mean, Steven Kwan, maybe for hits, runs, and RBIs, or just to get a hit. If you need like someone on a 1+ hits slip. Other than that, this is not that good. On the other side, a guy we've been chasing now for quite some time, for like 4 games, Colson Montgomery for a homer. Pretty devastating to see this, but when we started this Colson Montgomery chase, like 3 games ago, he was a plus 650, plus 700 home run odds guy. He has not hit a home run since those 3 games. Yet he's moved down to a plus 450 home run guy. And I don't think Slade throws home run meatballs. Yeah, I mean, Slade barely throws home runs more than league average. Not much more. So I don't know how that happened, but he has been hitting the ball really, really hard. I mean, I think this probably answers my question, honestly. Let me just see. This will probably give me everything I need to know. Colson Montgomery. Yeah. Yeah. So he hit this home run right here on the third. But since then, he's had a 99, 110, 101, 104. He's had a lot of really hard contact balls that very easily could have been home runs. 40-degree launch angle, but it went 339, so a little bit too high off the bat. 99.5 went 373 feet, but it was an out. Yeah. Oh, we did have a home run here on the fifth, too. Okay. So, yeah, Colson's been hitting the ball really hard, which is indicative of home runs. It is. So, yeah, I appreciate it, Hondo. Once again, there is 50% off to join RudeBets.com right now with code CASH. Today, it ends today. 50% off today only. I think Blue Gorilla's already in it, though. I don't know. Maybe not. But yeah, Colson looks pretty solid today. I like him for a homer. I like him for hits, runs, and RBIs as well. Brooks Baldwin's been on a heater. He's been on a heater. What's his home run odds? Brooks Baldwin is... Oh, he's only got one line. He might not be playing today. He's been on a home run heater. Yeah. So player prop wise, not too much here. Not too much on the money line either, honestly. But Colson for a home run's not bad today. I don't mind him. Cubs Cardinals here. This is a good one. This is a good one. We have a meatball thrower, a meatball alert. We have a meatball alert here. Chicago Cubs minus 138. They're sitting at minus 120. Yeah, I don't mind the Cubs at minus 120 today with Shota going against Sonny Gray. Sonny Gray for 5Ks. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good today. Michael Busch looks solid against Sonny Gray, though. I will say that. Does he have any history? 0 for 7. Yikes. Yabba dabba doo. That's not good. Okay. Seiya? 3 for 10 with a homer. Okay, Seiya's got a little history there. I don't value batter versus pitcher much, though. I'm being honest with you. I think it's a distraction that doesn't really mean much, unless there's like a massive sample size. But 8 at bats, like that's nothing. 3 for 8, it's pretty good. But we do have a meatball alert here. Almost 5% of batters he faces results in a home run for Shota. So 32% chance here for Ivan Herrera. Now, really bad on the pitch mix. Really bad on the pitch mix here. But 7 homers and 57 at-bats versus lefties, 2.20 total bases per hit. This is the definition of a slugger versus a left-handed pitcher. This is what you want to see for a guy if you're taking him for a home run. Pitch mix is tough, but that's mainly because Shota Imanaga has a 10.71 runs above average changeup that is skewing that data point. And he's only thrown basically one changeup on the year, it looks like. Only 0.54% of the time he's thrown a changeup. Like, what are we doing here? So I don't really put too much into that 2.91 pitch mix. It doesn't mean that much to me. So Ivan Herrera today for a home run, you're getting good odds on him. I think he's on the 1 to 1,000, is he not? Yeah, he is. He's on the 1 to 1,000 today. So Ivan's not a bad little play. Ivan's not a bad little play for a long shot. He's best odds for Ivan Herrera is plus 525 on MGM. Plus 525 on MGM. What did I get him at on MGM? Oh, he went up to I got him at plus 500. Okay, yeah, Ivan Herrera. I like him. So that is the meatball alert if you're looking for a guy to hit a home run today. Wilson Contreras is not a bad second option based on this slug. 1.87 total bases per hit versus lefties. His home run numbers are a little low versus lefties. You'd expect that to be higher with a guy who gets that many total bases per hit. So maybe you go Wilson Contreras for total bases instead. But He is the other guy that's in play for a home run today versus a lefty. But yeah, Cubs, I mean, not too much here. I think the Cubs do win this game. I think Sonny Gray clears 5 Ks, and I think that Ivan Herrera is good for a home run. Phillies, Rangers. Zach Wheeler going up against Patrick Corbin. Holy smokes. Adios, Rangers. Phillies are minus 154. I have them at minus 145, so not crazy. Not crazy. If you want to back Wheeler, maybe. I'd rather just do Wheeler for strikeouts, honestly. Schwarber looks like he's in play for a homer today, 23% chance. He's not going to be worth it on the odds, though. He's just not. But he has a good shot to hit one. 23% for a home run is a very good probability. I know to y'all that sounds pretty low, like 23%. If I only did something 23%, yeah, I get it. But that's home runs for you. 2 out of 10 times he hits a home run, essentially, is what we're saying here. 2 out of the 10 games. If they play this game 10 times, 2 of them he'll hit a home run. But he also looks good for hits, runs, and RBIs or total bases. So Schwarber would be a general. You could take him for anything today. On the other side against Zach Wheeler, I mean, you probably don't touch anybody here, right? You're not crazy enough to touch anybody. There's a chance he has a blow-up game, of course, but over 7.5 strikeouts for him looks pretty good today. I do like Zach Wheeler on strikeouts today. Game 11, Nats, Giants. Yesterday, hey, I got some comments that somebody... I said yesterday I liked the Nats to beat the Giants, but I said I wasn't going to take it because I didn't have the stones to put money on the Nats. Someone in the comments did, and they took it. So congrats to that person. Was not me. I didn't have the stones to do it. But once again today, I mean a plus 130 with Mackenzie Gore going against Verlander. Nats on the money line. If you have the stones, maybe they do it. They could win 2 in a row. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised, especially negative 23% ballpark factor. Doesn't look like Gore can really give up a home run here today. Also, shout out James Wood for finally hitting a home run when I stopped taking him. So, I finally stopped taking James Wood on the 1-to-1000, and what does he do? Lead off homer. So, shout out you, James Wood. Gore's been so bad, I know. But I think part of it, I'm going to go ahead and chalk a lot of that up to environment. I think him being on that trade block and his name getting thrown around every which way, and I think he was just out of it. Mentally, he was just checked out. I think Gore's going to have a pretty good end of the... He'll turn it around here. He's a really good pitcher, man. He's been so good that I think this is just a rough patch that is due to like a mental thing. He got the yips a little bit from the trade stuff. But now the trade deadline's over. He's not going anywhere. I think he's going to kick it back into gear. This whole team is going to probably figure it out. They've been playing terrible as a team. It's contagious. When your whole team is playing like absolute garbage, it's contagious. So, who's played well on the Nats? You know what I mean? But they won yesterday. That could be a little bit of a turning point for them. That being said, I don't think any of them are worth player props. Broken clock right twice a day. Yeah, Wood looks on. He does. I told y'all I went to the Brewers-Nats series in D.C., and when I was at the game, I was watching James Wood like play in the outfield, and I was like, that guy right there hates his job. Like I've never seen somebody who looks like they want to be anywhere else in the world but where they are more than James Wood that day. And then same thing at the plate. He's just standing there. He's just slouched over. He does like a lazy swing. Yeah, James Wood looks like he doesn't give a shit. Anyways, there's not really any player props in this game, let's be honest. I personally never take any games in San Fran. It's not a hitter-friendly ballpark. That is a pitcher's ballpark. Rays, Mariners. Yeah, you can't trust the Rays right now. You just can't. They're getting smoked by the Mariners. That being said, it's not worth taking the Mariners at minus 190 today. There's no reason to take them at minus 190. Baseball is way too volatile to be taking teams that are that heavily favored. Especially against Adrian Houser's been really good this year. Brian Woo's good too. We talked about Brandon Lowe hitting a home run yesterday. I said I liked him and Caminero both. I didn't think both would go back-to-back days, but I thought one would. I didn't know which one it would be. It ended up being Brandon Lowe. They were tied at 23% chance each. Today, they both have about a 20% chance. I don't think Brandon Lowe's going 3 games in a row. I really don't. I'd rather be on Brandon Lowe today for like a hit. Let's look at Woo's home run rate real quick while we're here. Yeah, so Woo's about league average for home run rate, 3% of batters. So he does give up homers. Yeah, Jonathan Aranda's a big miss for this Rays team. You can see it. They need him. They've been struggling to win without him. But Brandon Lowe, Junior Caminero, I mean, yeah, nothing crazy here today. Those are the only 2 guys I would look at on this team for hits, runs, and RBIs or total bases. On the other side, though, now here, I do want to show you this while we're back here again. Hauser, look at his home run rate. And this guy's pitched a lot this year. That is an elite home run rate. 1.32% of total batters faced he gives up a home run to, where league average is 3.4. He's 2% better. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot. 2% doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a ton. That is a ton. That's a ton. So only 1% of batters this year have hit a home run on him. So I wouldn't touch anybody for a home run today on the Mariners. If they're going to get one, sure, maybe they get a home run on Hauser. It's possible he's given up home runs this year, but it would more likely be that the Rays bullpen will give up a home run here, which you can't really predict. So I'd stay away from Rays today or from Mariners today. I don't love their player props. Low scoring game here, 7.35 total runs. Yeah, this is more so a pitcher strikeout game. Jays Dodgers. I feel like the Jays got to win this one, right? They got to win this one. They're not getting swept. Eric Lauer versus Glasnow. I mean, the Dodgers are starting to play well again, though. That is kind of scary, but I think Jays at plus 154 is worth a sprinkle. Yeah, Wu should get 5. I think the Jays are worth a sprinkle today. I really do. Are they going to win this game? I mean, we have them with a 53% chance. So it's a coin flip. It's a coin flip, which tells me that at plus 154, it's a good price for a coin flip. If I told you if we're going to play heads versus tails, but I'll give you $1.50 if you win, it only costs you $1 to play, you're going to take that every time, right? Obviously, if it's a 50-50 chance on one flip and I tell you I'll give you $1.50, but you only have to give me 1, yeah, you're going to take that. So, I mean, it's worth a sprinkle here. It's worth taking a shot at. Loperfido does really well against righties. So he's in play today for hits, runs, and RBIs. Lucas also is in play today for hits, runs, and RBIs. Bo Bichette, don't love him today with his pitch mix. Barger's in play today for a home run. And so is Dalton Varsho. I was bummed when he got hurt, but Dalton Varsho, 11 homers and 88 at-bats. That's one of the highest home run to at-bat ratios you're going to find. That's Kyle Schwarber level. This is Kyle Schwarber level pace. Home run to total at-bats ratio. 2.86 total bases per hit versus righties. He gets a hit 1 out of every 4 at-bats versus a righty. And of that one hit, it goes for 2.86 total bases, which basically says it's a home run more often than it's anything else. So Varsho for a home run today. Really tough on the pitch mix, though. He is really tough on this pitch mix. But if he gets a hit today, 33% chance it's a homer. So I like Varsho today. That's why he's on the 1 to 1,000. This slugging versus righties is insane. On the other side, Shohei. Lauer doesn't give up homers. Lauer does not give up homers, so I can't really justify anybody for a homer. We did like Shohei for a homer yesterday. He had like a 35% chance, but against Lauer today, this is going back to what I said earlier, how these kind of help me validate those money line plays. These pitch mixes against Lauer are so bad for a team like the Dodgers that it makes me like that money line even more. So, Game 14, Rockies, Dbacks. Don't let me down, Jays. Don't let me down. Dbacks, geez, minus 255. They're not worth that, but home run wise, Goodman's in play. Bernabell, I wouldn't touch him. Moniak's definitely in play today for a home run. Mickey Moniak is definitely in play today for a home run. So is Corbin Carroll again and Ketel Marte. Yesterday we loved both of these guys. Corbin hit one out. Ketel hit every single prop he could have except a home run. Once again, total bases look really good for these two, or hits, runs, and RBIs. Perdomo looks great for hits, runs, and RBIs as well. This could be a really good hits, runs, and RBIs play. Or if you're CG Hundo, you take him for a single to hit a single. But Perdomo's a really good look today too. So all three of these guys look great. Probably a really high-scoring game. A lot of opportunity for runs today. A lot of opportunity for hits. A lot of opportunities for home runs too. So this is a really good game to target and dive into. And then game 15, Red Sox Padres. Red Sox blew it. Should have won yesterday. They blew it. Today, I like the Red Sox as a dog again. Bayo versus Cease. I mean, oof. I don't know. If you really want a dog, maybe take the Red Sox here. But there are a lot of opportunities for hits, runs, and RBIs at the top of the order here. But same here. I mean, Bregman, Story, Duran all look pretty good too for hits, runs, and RBIs. Nobody really stands out on the pitch mix on either team here. See, I like the Red Sox to win this game today. I think they do. But not a lot for player props here. You can go hits, runs, and RBIs, but that's about it. All right, let's look at these pitchers here. Let's look at these strikeouts. I mean, it feels like today's a big strikeout day. Today feels like a pretty big strikeout day. I mean, even Cease, holy shnikes. He's got the number 4 matchup on the day. What's Cease's strikeout line? 7.5? Yeah. I mean, Cease and Wheeler both could have really good days today. Odd seeing Ohtani and Raleigh barely have 10% chance to hit a home run today. But here's the thing, Blue Gorilla. The books will never give you that because the books, they have no incentive to give you an Ohtani or a Raleigh home run at true fair value. They're too good of home run hitters for them to do that. But if you actually break down the data and the numbers and like look at what's the real true probability, it's going to be pretty low when they're going up against guys who's only given up a couple home runs on the year. But the books could never give you an Ohtani home run line at like plus 700, right? Everybody in the world would be on it. And if you did end up hitting that home run, like they'd be screwed, right? They could never give you true probabilities. The books, especially when it comes to markets like home runs, they're not in the market for that. Ads? Oh, of course there's an ad. Yeah, strikeouts, they're actually not as good as I was expecting. These matchups at the top here aren't that good. The top K ranks today, Mize, Fott, Hauser. So not really big strikeout guys here. Yeah. So maybe not that good of a day for strikeouts. You got some guys that are pretty top heavy, but these guys that are good strikeout throwers have pretty bad matchups. Pretty good total bases day, though. There's a lot of good options today for total bases. A lot of those guys I talked about for home runs also could be taken for total bases, like Corbin Carroll, Dalton Varsho, Kerry Carpenter, Moniak, Marte, Goodman, Rooker. So, if we look at pitch mixes here, Judge is a 10 out of 10 here. He's a true 10 out of 10. These other guys are small sample size 10 out of 10s. Yeah, we got some options today for sure. We got some options today for sure. All right. Well, that's going to end the stream. Good luck today, y'all. Good luck today, y'all. I'm going to get this uploaded on YouTube, so if y'all missed it and you want to go through it, it'll be timestamped. So go ahead and check that out. And if you haven't dropped a subscription yet on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. I appreciate y'all. All right. Peace out.